You have made heaven the heaven of heavens with all your host, and the host of heaven worship you. So while we're exploring all of these different ideologies that really our children are growing up with, you probably have grown up with, how does Hollywood, Disney, and mainstream media frequently champion them? And why and how does Christ's truths remain victorious over them? We're going to go into that as we finish this off.
Spiritual world to carry out the devil's plans. They secretly plant big seeds in the minds of children and unbelievers who don't know God to make them turn from a God that loves them, convincing them subconsciously that Satan is the fun, cool, good guy, and God is the bad guy who is full of rules and commands.
So this is I'm surprised at the connection she was able to make here. Really mainstream media's narrative and somehow the resilience of Jesus, the Holy Spirit, and Christian truth, biblical truth, to somehow weather this kind of attack from Gnosticism, from pantheism. And even though they're using the most powerful media, it's basically a huge propaganda machine in fantasy, in film, there's really a woke storyline that sees redemption solely in deconstructing social norms, and the triumphalist atheistic angle to mock believers that we're foolish for thinking that we don't respect knowledge, we're unlearned because we believe in a God, or a pantheistic undertone claiming nature is divine, everything is divine. Hollywood and mainstream media often wave these themes into their content, and Disney has increasingly embraced woke messaging, rewriting classic tales to emphasize modern social narratives. Many streaming platforms feature shows that lionize skepticism and self-empowerment while downplaying or even ridiculing the Bible. And children's cartoons now include references to universal consciousness or cosmic energy, inviting young minds to see the universe as a living organism in which moral lines blur. And really, media does carry huge influence because it shapes imaginations, especially for younger audiences. But now there's this pushback to it, right? Especially with Trump saying you can't just silence people because they don't believe the same thing as you. We need freedom of speech. And when media was pushing these so much, so often, repeated exposure to these narratives can normalize these underlying philosophies.